Do you receive often tasks over email? Do you happen to waste a lot of time copying and pasting this into Notion in your task list? Well, today I'm going to show you how to automate this using Zapier. The automation we are going to build will have this result. So every day I will open my email, I will look for emails that have actionable items, and whenever I find one, I will tag this with a specific label. In this case, I call it send it to Notion. The automation will automatically grab this email and copy it into Notion as a to-do. There you go. Hey there, I'm Andres. I work at Connex, and we are an automations and integrations agency, meaning we can help you set this automation for you and your company. If you need support, look at the link in the description below to book a free discovery call with us. Now I'm going to show you how to build this on Zapier. So first thing, we are going to log into Zapier and click on Create Zaps. On Zapier, we usually go with the formula when this happens to that to plan for workflows. So for this workflow is whenever I apply a label to an email, create a task in Notion. So let's go into the trigger. Let's look for Gmail. And let's see if any of the events available can suit our case. So we have new attachment, new email. There we go. We have new labeled email. Let's click continue. Let's choose our account. And let's set up our trigger. So the label we would like to monitor is send it to Notion. Let's click continue and test step. So Zapier here is trying to pull an existing record with existing data. So we have a sense of what are the fields that are coming together with this trigger. Of course, we have the subject here somewhere, the email body in plain text and as well as HTML, among other fields like the email where it's coming from. Now the next step is to create an item in Notion in a database. So let's look for the Notion connector. And this is the action we are going to use. Create database item. Continue. Let's choose our account. And let's set up this action. So the database we want to update is the tasks list. And here are the properties for that database. So the status, we want this to be a to-do. The name of the task, I'm going to bring here the subject of the email. And here's how to map the subject. So this is dynamic. Every new email coming in will have a different subject, and this will be the name of the database item in Notion. And for the content, I'm going to put a link to the email so we can have that reference here. And I'm going to look here for the URL, message URL. There you go. Let's click continue and test step. This created an item in Notion. Perfect. There you go. Now, this is a two-step Zap, and you can implement this on the free Zapier tier. There is one way we can improve this flow, and is adding AI in the middle. So if you see here, there's a problem here and the task, yes, brings the subject, and we can infer what it means, and maybe we know because we've read the whole Gmail thread, but probably in a couple of days we will forget what was this about. We can improve this using AI. So let's go back to Zapier and see how can we improve this. Between Gmail and Notion, I'm going to add a step to call ChatGPT. The event will be conversation. We connect our account, and then we set up this action. Now, the prompt I'm going to use, you can tweak and improve this prompt, but let's start with something basic. As you've seen, I'm mixing here static text with variables with dynamic fields coming from the first step, which is the trigger. Let's try this out. Let's click continue and test step. So this was sent out to ChatGPT, and if you scroll down, we will see what was the reply to it. There you go. So let's use this in the Notion action. Let's go back to the action. Let's click on the action tab, and let's switch this name for the output from step 2, ChatGPT. There you go. Then hit retest step. And let's see the result on Notion. There you go, much better. Finally, I like, to add an emoji to make it visual. So I'm going to go back to Zapier and add an emoji at the beginning. Retest step. Check in Notion. There you go, much better. Okay, now it's time to hit publish, and this automation will start working from this moment moving forward. That's it. So this is how automations are built on Zapier. As you may have seen, this is pretty customizable. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see a similar app, or how would you take this app for you and your company. Maybe you like to use multiple labels, or maybe you are using Outlook instead of Gmail, or even you like to tag specific colleagues in Notion. Leave that in the description below, and I'll be happy to reply your comments and maybe even build a tutorial for you. Otherwise, if you need help setting this up or any other workflow that you have in mind, feel free to book a discovery call using the link in the description below. Cheers!